Hey guys, I'm Mark Bridge, and you're watching Pop Culture Galaxy TV. Alright, for this episode, we have a ton of TV news for you guys. Lately, I've been doing mostly films, but once in a while, a lot of TV news come by that it's worth discussing. Namely, this first topic, Xena is maybe coming back to TV, courtesy of NBC. They're thinking about doing a reboot to the show. Well, not really a reboot, but basically a sort of bringing Lucy Lawless back to play Xena one more time. It's in the early stages, and they're discussing ways to go about bringing her back, or perhaps, which is I guess maybe last on their list, rebooting the show without her, not her playing Xena, which to me is heresy, blasphemy. Don't ever think about trying to do that. But at the same time, she still looks good. She's, Lucy Lawless still looks gorgeous, but is she willing to put that, outfit on and still play the sort of warrior princess? The show was called Zero and Warrior Princess after all. But hey, let's see if she'd be willing to go down that road. If they manage to pull this off, because lately they've been doing a lot of reboots to shows. You have Heroes coming back, you have Coach coming back, you have Full House coming back, and there's a bunch of other shows coming back that I'll discuss later on. But definitely, this whole resurgence, I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing. Bad thing in that we've run out of ideas, so we're trying to recreate nostalgia here. Or great in that, time has passed, technology has gotten better, the audience appetite for stories have gotten bigger, and maybe things that they couldn't do back then, they can do with certain characters. Certain stories that maybe would have been either budgetary wise impossible, or just people weren't ready for certain type of storylines. Maybe we're ready for that, and they figured, like, okay, if we bring back these characters that were popular back then into a modern era of filmmaking, hey, maybe we have something new to say, which I'm down for. But if you're just rebooting it for the sake of, hey, we got nothing else to do, that's the wrong approach. We'll definitely see how they approach this, and can tell whether they just brought it back for the sake of bringing it back, or brought it back because they have something new to tell. So I'll keep my eye out for that one. The second reboot I want to talk about is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith is producing a reboot, not necessarily with NBC, but he's shopping around to try to get this thing on the air. Even though I've been hearing conflicting reports that it's not actually a reboot, but a show that's similar in tone, or similar premise rather, about a fish out of water type story. But might as well call it Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and do the reboot. Intriguing. It made him a star, so who knows? He could take another young upstart rapper who, wants to make it big in the world of television, and so on, and steamroll that guy's career into like a big movie star. Hey, who knows? Drake was on Degrassi for a long time, so maybe he'll put him on in this show. But anyway, so Fresh Prince coming back. Fresh Prince was a funny ass show back in the days, in the 90s. Great, till it went off the air in 96. Will it capture that same magic as before? Like I said, a lot of things have changed. Maybe we're not into sitcoms as we were back in the days. Maybe we're just wanting more superhero movies, more action, sci-fi, stuff like that. So, will it work? Possibly. We'll see. Again, I'm intrigued. So, stay tuned for more information on that one. Next up, Training Day. CBS is committing to a pilot. Antoine Fuqua, who directed the film, is producing as well as directing the pilot for this. So far, they're committing to a pilot, not necessarily a series, because they did the pilot for Beverly Hills Cop, and they decided no, we're not going there. So far, Limitless is coming to television, which will bring back Bradley Cooper, at least in the first episode. Training Day will be a sequel. The show will be a sequel to the movie, so Ethan Hawke could show up in that film as well, and it will take place roughly 15 years later, I think. And I don't know, the premise, the whole thing behind Training Day. Training Day was like a day in the life of a cop training, and how will you expand that into a season, much less a series? Like, will it be like a cop training each season, and each season is like one long day, kind of like 24, or maybe it's just a prolonged training? Well, it's called Training Day, so it has to be a day, you know what I mean? So I guess they're probably gonna do something like 24, where the whole season takes place in the course of one day, hence the title. Or they might change the title to Training Month or Rookie. I don't know. There's a show already called Rookie. But how they're gonna approach this for a show, I gotta see. But so far, they're only committing to a pilot. This won't go to series unless they like the pilot. And Antoine Fuqua is a tremendous filmmaker, so I have high hopes for this. But it's on CBS. That's the thing. If it was like on Stars or HBO or one of them premium cable channels, I could see them putting on it, but it's on CBS, which means it's going to be toned down from the film. Granted, network television these days are showing a lot of stuff, a lot of violence. They're not showing nudity yet, and they're not showing, you're not hearing foul languages, so at least you probably won't see those two, which were in the film, by the way. Eva Mendes, anyone? Let's see how CBS approaches Training Day television show. Now we can move on to some movies. First up, Wolverine 3. Patrick Stewart confirmed that Professor X will be in that film as an important role. It won't be a cameo, at least from what he's talking about. It will be an important role, whatever. Like, cause it's so confusing, this whole storyline, this whole saga, because it's rebooted, so certain things didn't happen. So it's my head hurts when I think about the X-Men, Fox X-Men universe. It hurts. I can't even think of what kind of storyline they could possibly come up with, because none of their storylines, if you look at each individual films, none of this happened. It didn't lead into that. It makes no sense. So I can't tell you. I mean, it's been rumored that they're trying to do the Old Man Logan storyline, but how are they going to approach that, considering that they don't have the rights to the Marvel characters like Hawkeye or Hulk, or none of those characters. So I don't know how they'll approach Old Man Logan. But I'm glad at least Patrick Stewart will be in it, because as far as I'm concerned, he's not in Apocalypse, and I think maybe he and Ian McKellen are pretty much done with the X-Men films, considering the direction it's going. But at least there's something for him to do within the X-Men universe still, which would be Hugh Jackman's swan song to the Wolverine character. So I guess it makes perfect sense to have Patrick Stewart see him off in a way. And then finally, we have a trailer for a film I didn't even know was coming, or I probably heard it was coming, but just forgot about it. But all of a sudden, it just dropped today. It was like, wait, Ride Along 2. Shit, they made that shit? I guess it could be funny. I've watched the first one. It was okay. Laughed at a few parts, but for the most part, it was just okay. It's a movie. Looks like it's gonna be more of the same in this one. Few funny parts, but ultimately, it'll be just an okay movie. The first one did well enough for them to do a sequel, so I guess good luck to them. I actually, I'm one of those guys that are not too hard on films. I'm not a film snob. You know what I'm saying? Movies are, you know, a way of my life, and I just love movies, so I'll give all types of movies chances. But then again, I know when shit is shit, and I know when movies are okay, just okay, and I know when movies are excellent. So let's see where they if this movie ends up being at least better than part two or the same. If it's the same, it's a win. If it's as long as it's not total shit, you know what I'm saying? You're making an okay movie into shit. That's just bad. But if it's like on par with the first one, okay. If it's better, thumbs up. So check out the trailer, see what you guys think. Alright, so that will bring us to the end of this episode. As always, you can like and subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Marky Tundra. You can like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/PopCultureGalaxy. And visit PopCultureGalaxy.com for all your entertainment goodies. So until next time, folks, peace.